Hi pilots and co-pilots, Brian here, welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks or more since my last video. It's been summer and had a few other issues and haven't been flying, so thought I'd come back to it. Today you can see from the footage here, we're in a slightly different aircraft. I've put the 737, as much as I love it, aside for the moment, and this was something I bought on the July the 4th sale on the xplane.org. It's the Epic E1000 Skyview. It's the latest version. Supports X-Plane 11. Made by Aerobask. I picked this up on sale and I've only just started getting to fly it. I have done a couple of flights in the last couple of days. As you can see, that it's part amazing turboprop and part bullet. It's pretty scary to fly. It has massive performance, and again we'll go over that in the flight. There's some great stats on this thing, but I'm going to try and get this plane up and running and up in the air. And as you might recognize, for those of you that maybe know the area, we're at Palm Springs right now. The owner of this aircraft, who's just purchased it brand new, has obviously chartered us in to help fly him back to LA. So we're going to be doing Palm Springs KPSP to KLAX. So I'll just show you the route that I hope we're going to take today. So our route here, or route, somebody's having a go at me for using the wrong version because I'm English. I don't know, route, whatever you want to call it. Today we're going from KPSP, Palm Springs, then we're heading out, I think, to PSP along the Victor 388 jetway to Lenho, and then Seaview, and then straight down in to KLAX. But when we get closer, I am going to actually try and find out what runways they're actively using today. It could, well, depending on which direction, depends whether we have to come around and come from the sea or whether we get to go straight in. We shall find out. So I'm going to try and figure out how to get that programmed in. We'll get up in the air. So first thing we've got to do is click on here. You can still see we've got the covers on and the chocks on the wheels, so we need to sort that out. Come down here. I've got a full load today. I think we're going to have 50% luggage as well. I think this fuel will do us. That's it. I click that. Flags and chocks removed. Now you can see that the turboprop's free spinning there. And the back door, we're going to close that. There we go. I had the door shut. Okay, now I'm not going to bother with GPU. The ground power unit can stay off. Right. So you can see there's a lot going on in here. There's a lot of glass screens. Let's see if we can see down here. It's pretty dark, so I want battery 1, battery 2 on, avionics master, fuel pumps on, and the starter gen on. I want the igniter on. Now, here's the next thing I got to do. Turn fuel supply on. I'm also gonna, I'll do it for, so sorry, glitched out a bit there. Okay, I got my fuel mixture. Turn my beacon on. I've got everything else going. I'm not going to start the engine yet. See, so on here I clicked on map. I click on flight plan here. And I'll insert a waypoint. Our first waypoint is going to be, well, our start point, which is going to be KPSP. Pick that. You know what? I wonder if there's a better view for this. There we go, a little bit better. Right, let's insert departure. We're going to be going 31 left and Cath 1. Transition that does something weird though. Kind of takes us, oh, we'll have a look at that in a minute and see if that's stupid. Okay, we're going to go insert an airway here. Remember I said it was V388. Look, it knows all this. It's really smart. Oops, V388. Okay, to Lenho. Okay, so that's kind of got us a long way out over there. And from Lenho, okay, let's insert a waypoint. I'm actually going to put in our destination because it's not a long flight, this. KLAX. What I'm going to do there is insert an arrival. I probably shouldn't, in a way, until we get closer and we can hear what's going on. But let's hope for 25 right, shall we? And with the sea view. Approach sea view. That looks stupid. Okay. Now we have to just be able to... We get a plan. Does this allow me to jump through? Because I've got to do some tidying up here. That's stupid. Right, I don't see the point in going KPSP to PSP, then to MRUD, and then back to PSP again. So I'm going to remove waypoint. I think I could probably remove that too. Okay, so we're taking off, we're going straight out from there. Then we're going up to there. That looks good. That looks good. Getting closer. That looks stupid. So we're going to remove that waypoint. Feel free to skip ahead in the video if you like. Oh god, this is boring. I want to see this plane flying. I'll put a link in the video, roughly the point where you get to for the takeoff, and also one for the landing as well. That's stupid. I want to remove that so that you can just jump to those interesting bits. Remove waypoint. It took me a little while to work this out because it's like touch screen stuff. Totally different to what I'm used to. Manhole. Yeah, we don't want that. I guess the approach actually starts way further out than we're coming from, which is quite funny. And looks like we need to remove that one as well. That looks better, doesn't it? There we go. Down we go. Into KLAX, runway 25 right. That's, I guess, is our missed approach. Okay. Exit. Right, we have a plan. We have a plane. Let's try and start this thing up, shall we? Okay. So it's a bit dark down there. We've got all those buttons on. We're probably wasting the battery. It's probably going flat. We've got the igniter on. Our beacon is on so people know we're going to start. I've switched the fuel on down here. It's probably a bit dark. You might not be able to see it. And I've set my condition there to with fuel. Props at maximum of... Right. I'm going to start it. Okay, let's give this a go. Here it goes. It's a very brave man standing in front of me there.
Check engine.
Alright.
Check engine.
Well, what's wrong with it? Fuel pressure looks good. Oil's okay. Pressurize the cabin. Fuel auto select, it will switch back and forth. Not sure though. No, set them. I haven't read that bit of the manual, don't know what they are. The manual is kind of a bit confusing. Part of it's like the real aircraft manual, and the other half is the amendments. Let's put nav on and strobe on, and our taxi on because we're about to move. We won't put the weather radar on TCAS. We won't put the weather radar on yet. That'd be cruel to that guy. Let me just click this. It comes up big on the screen here. Put the flight director on. Yaw dampers. Man, I don't want the yaw damper until I've taken off. Altitude 24,000. I don't think we'll get up that high. That's a long way to have to come down. Let's say we're going to do 14-ish. Okay. And I reckon we can climb easy at 1100 feet a minute. I think this plane will do 4,000 feet a minute or something insane. It's a rocket. And just checking around. Which way are we going to swing? Neither are really suitable for this aircraft, and I can't push back. Okay, so flight directors on there. TCAS is off right now. Okay, we'll get moving. I'm just going to go this way. Try and... It wants to go. I mean, look at this. Let's just ignore that. There's going to be a scraping sound as the wing goes through all that metal there. I got some cabling caught up in my pedals there. Hold on. It's not particularly safe. Right, I can go straight out onto the runway there. It's not the full length of the runway, but you know what? We do not need it in this thing. To put my takeoff flaps on. My radio's on. See, even the radios all appear in here as well, and they tell you what the frequencies are. So whoever can afford this aircraft, it is the Rolls-Royce of turboprops. Well, it's not even the Rolls-Royce, it's the Ferrari of turboprops, but with the class of a Rolls as well. You can see that it does everything, this thing. But for little old me who's learning to fly with a flight simulator, it's pretty scarily complex. There's so much things to click. Oh, you know what? You know what I haven't done? I haven't set my altitude correctly for takeoff. I'm going to ignore it this time, but you can do it. Like, actually, let me show you here. Look at this. If I click on this, I come up here to the runway, or the details there. I can go down there and go to show information, go to comms, and I can actually tune COM1 active straight from there.
Palm Springs INTL information Victor. 1800 Zulu weather. Wind 300 at 13, visibility more than 10.
2985.
Sky clear, temperature 35, dew point 11. Altimeter 2985. Arriving runways 31 left.
Okay. Right, we've got flaps set. My lights on. And we're starting our roll. A little bit of roll there. I'll feed the throttle in. Try and make sure that we don't go over torque here. And I think we pull off just above 80 knots. It's a pretty low speed, but this plane, like I said, it's a mixture of part turboprop, part bullet. See, we're almost at our takeoff speed. There we go. And let's ease the stick back. And we are in a climb. Gear is going up. Goodbye, Palm Springs. Nice. This thing is twitchy as anything. It is, it's like a Ferrari, you know. You could come a cropper really easy with this. It's like a sports plane. It's not like flying a Cessna, that's for sure. And it's not like flying a 737, so it's very different. But we're kind of missing out this waypoint here. You know what? I'm fine with that. You can see it's disappearing off the screen. So what I'm going to do, well, I don't even think. Let's turn my TCAS and my weather on. There isn't really any weather. Back, map, flight plan. Okay, I'm going to activate leg. And we're climbing out. I'm not actually got the autopilot set yet. I'll do that in a minute. I'm just a bit worried that it will try and put me into the mountain or something scary like that. Let's try it, shall we? I'll put my yaw damper on as well. That is one big mountain. A bit scared of this.
Autopilot
Oh, no.
engage.
You know what? I just turned it off. So now we have the autopilot flying the route, hopefully. Bringing us onto track. I don't know. Let's just check. What does the autopilot say? It's got autopilot on. Flight director is on. Oh, it's on. I want nav on. There we go. It was on roll hold, so it was just flying me in a straight line. Now it's going to bring me over and get me on track. Now click on back. Pitch.
Approaching waypoint.
Expect to, yeah, okay, we're good on that too, because we're climbing at 1100 feet per minute and we're approaching the waypoint. This is awesome. This is actually working. It's taken me a little while to understand how this plane works, and I don't pretend to understand all of it. It's pretty snazzy though. Right, so our taxi lights turned off, our landing lights, we can probably turn them off. Oh, we want our pitot heat on just in case. I don't know what high pressure air does. I know there's pressurized. Let's make everybody's ears bleed. Oh god, something doesn't look right out the window. What's going on there? No, we were just turning. Okay, my bad. I could just see the horizon move and I thought maybe we were going down. Oh, look, there's something I haven't done. We're still flying with our flaps and takeoff set configuration. Oh, there we go. There's a lot less drag now. Increasing speed. This thing it's got great performance. I think that's one of its engineering feats, and the reason why it exists. This Epic E1000. It's under development at the moment. I think there's might be only one prototype. And I think it's $3 million US to buy, but they have loads of orders by the sounds of it. It's like 60 orders from what they say. Got some stats about it. It's got a 1800 horsepower Pratt & Whitney turboprop, a PT667A turboprop engine, but it's derated to 1200 horsepower. It's made from carbon fiber and it has a 13.1 meter wingspan. It has lots of fancy icing equipment set up. It's got a fab interior, it says, which includes smart electronically dimmable window systems, adjustable tray tables in the sidewalls, pockets large enough to stow tablet computers. It's got USB power outlets and it got LED lights, and it has a Garmin G1000 navigation system, including a synthetic vision system. It's an empty weight of 2,000 kilograms and a gross weight of 3,400, giving a total useful load of 1,400 kilograms and a fuel payload of 500 kilograms. Yeah, so there you go. It's designed to be super fast, as far as I understand. It has 300 US gallon fuel capacity. It can... what's its maximum altitude? Oh, I can't find that. Maximum speed is Mach 0.6, which is bloody fast. Cruise speed is 374 miles per hour. True airspeed, or 602 kilometers an hour. Stall speed is 61 knots. So that's 325 knots cruise speed and 61 knots stall speed. So this is a really formidable little aircraft. Rate of climb, it can do 4,000 feet a minute, 20 meters a second. So a rocket, like I said. It's a Ferrari of turboprops here. Alright, and we are flying to KLAX. So anyway, we have a few minutes, I think, before we have to worry about approaches and things like that, although not far. Looking at that map, the way this plane goes, we'll be there before we know it. So if you've watched my previous videos, go back and watch them because they're awesome. Actually, no, they're alright. But the main thing was the last couple of videos, oh my goodness, for those of you that stuck with me and watched them, thank you, because the frame rate sucked. The frame rate was like, I don't know, it wasn't frames per second, it might have been seconds per frame. And there's me thinking, oh, it's my computer, I need a new PC. But what happened was I'd actually done the upgrade. I'm only on X-Plane 11.02. I don't do the beta versions right now. And my performance had gone through the floor, so I was convinced it was my PC overheating. So I did a lot of pointless things, and I'll come to them in a minute. But the main thing I realised after doing lots of reading was I actually had to delete my preferences folder in X-Plane. So that meant I lost all my key bindings, but it had a huge effect on my frame rate and everything recovered. And I suddenly remembered that things weren't that bad in X-Plane. So I've just switched to the outside view here so you can see it. Yeah, things are looking a lot nicer. However, I did do some epic modifications to my PC to improve cooling beforehand. Ramped up my overclocking a little more. I am now running at 4400 for a 3.5 gigahertz i5 4690K. I am now running at 4.4 gigahertz with no voltage overclock, just ramping up the clock rate. And I now have about a 9% overclock on my NVIDIA 960 GTX GPU. I didn't expect to get anything on that. Oh, we're approaching another waypoint. Yeah, we're getting there. Actually, I should probably work out how far we've got to go. Remaining 69 nautical miles. Okay, we've got a little while before we have to start coming down. We're going to reach our altitude in just a second. So I did some epic overclocking, which of course probably makes about 5 frames a second difference, I guess. Seems to be a little better. But really the big stuff was delete your preferences if you've had trouble. Oh, round we go again. So we're just letting the autopilot fly. I know you're thinking, fly it yourself, learn the plane. But this thing is so slippery. I'd just be glad if I can get it back on the ground. I wonder if we're close enough to be able to hear KLAX 80s, find out what runways are going on. So we click on the waypoint, I can do show information, comms, 80s, I'm going to tune to 1, com 1 active.
Los Angeles INTL
Oh, yeah.
information Victor, 1800 Zulu weather, wind 160 at 18, visibility more than 10, sky clear, temperature 28, dew point 4,
25 right.
altimeter 2998, arriving runway 25 right, departing runway 25 right, advise on initial contact you have Victor.
That's enough of that. Hopefully I'm not still too close that I get that. So that's 2998, okay. So we click on there. 2998.
Palm Springs INTL
Oh, good.
information.
Got both of them now.
1800 Zulu weather. Wind 160 at 18. Visibility more than 10.
That's enough of that. I wonder what else I can do here. Can I set... I've got 25 right. ILS to nav1 standby. And can I do ILS to nav2 standby? Cool. So if I switch to that, yeah, 111 point, no info. And that one is 111.1, which I think, hold on.
Approaching waypoint.
Okay, it's set on both. Okay, it is 111.1. Apparently. I think I'm actually going to reduce my altitude now. Because if I go back to map, flight plan, we have 54 nautical miles remaining, and I have a funny feeling with this thing being so slippery, it's going to be a real pig to get it to slow down and descend. So
Approaching waypoint.
let's do that. Right, I'm going to have to do this slowly, I think, and watch my speed. I am going to ease off on that slightly there. Sorry, just pausing my speech while I figure out what I'm doing. Okay, we're still coming in. Straight ahead, basically, to runway 25 right. We've set our altimeter. I never turned on my transponder, but
Approaching
oh well.
waypoint.
There's one thing that alarms me. I don't know if you noticed it, but when I had the shots there of the interior at the back, the windows in this thing are huge. I mean, I know it's because it's made with composites and so on. Oop. I hit the rudder pedals there. I know it's the composites and Kevlar, but they just seem huge. And it's a pressurized aircraft. It's like the Comet used to be, and we all know what happened to that. I mean, look at that. That's a big window. So it's quite a cool yoke. As yokes go.
Approaching waypoint.
Approaching waypoint. We are zooming in, aren't we? And are we descending? Slowly. Make it 800 feet per minute. This thing is fast though. It's a lovely day. Real world weather, so I guess this is the current weather across the US today. I don't have my external moving map running today, so I cannot tell you what is below me. That looks like some earthworks of some sort over there. We have a lot of buildings. I don't have everything set to max, but I didn't adjust it a lot in X-Plane 11. I'm still pretty high up on the settings, really. Ortho4XP, of course, with Bing as the scenery. I mean, yeah, you get some stepping lines here. You can see it over there. I'll put up with that. I still love it. Zoom level 16 with 5 kilometers around an airport. So we are descending. Yeah, we're not descending fast enough, are we? I'm really going to put the nose down now. I want us to be a lot lower than this. In we come. 11,500. You know, I'll pause the video for you. You'll jump ahead. See you at about, say, 6,000. Do join me again. I've just passed 9,000 and I'm plummeting. I think it would be safe to say the turboprops are pretty much at idle, and we are just not slowing down. I can see the coastline and we just feel really high up right now. I don't know if we're going to get down in time. Maybe I'll just increase my angle of descent a bit more. I think we only have like 5 miles, it's including that bloody point after the runway. So I thought I had 20 kilometers. Yeah, oh shit, we're only 6 nautical miles away and at 8,000 feet. What shall I do? That's kind of not going to work, is it? What I could do, I guess.
Autopilot disconnect.
I'm just going to do a lap, basically. Yes, I know it's going into LAX. There's no way air traffic control would ever allow this. But it doesn't matter. Because I have no other traffic turned on. I am the only aircraft in the universe flying. In my universe, anyway. So around we go. It's pretty hazy, isn't it? Is it haze or is it smog? I don't know. I don't want to go too much there. I'm doing a pretty severe turn. Oh heck, look at our speed there. Okay. Coming round. You know what? I bet if I put the autopilot on now, it might. We've gone a bit far out. There we go. I can see us. We still need to lose some height. But again, our speed's increasing. Slippery. This aircraft is slippery. We're a bit lower than we were. Maybe.
Approaching altitude. Autopilot engage.
Whoa. Not sure why it's pulling the nose up like that. Okay, don't like that. I'm going around again.
Approaching waypoint.
That's just stupid.
Autopilot disconnect.
Yeah, screw you. I think I might not get a repeat piece of work for the owner of this plane. What do you think? So there's LA down below. It's all too rushed. I'm way too close. I'm just going to fly away for a minute. No, this isn't very professional, but this plane, wow. Just, okay, we've got speed under 200. Wonder if I can,
Flaps over speed.
I'll go away then. I'll put my flaps back up. Okay, we're under. Set my altitude to 0, but I'm not following that right now. Autopilot is off. This is doing something. Okay. Can't quite see the airport. Maybe I'll just do a visual approach. pretty quiet on the freeway down there. $2,300. Okay. Now I think there's an approach button here. Is that where I want to set the...
Autopilot engage.
Okay.
Gear down.
Chances of success? I don't know. What do you think? Got to increase the throttle a bit there, I think. I have no idea.
Waypoint.
I have no idea what the glide slope looks like on this.
Approaching altitude.
Put my flaps down. I have no idea what's going on here. Kind of trusting it right now. I feel like I want to pull up a bit, but I do see, oh my god, look at this. I am seeing right now 2 reds and 2 whites. The pappies are telling me I'm on target. Okay.
Fuel tank switched.
Great time to do that. Thank you, computer, for doing that for me. Oh, there's some clouds have arrived. Oh my goodness. I'm in speeding away here. Let's cut the throttle right down. See, this aircraft is super slippery.
400.
It's like an auto land almost. Is it going to disengage autopilot in a minute? It's not like it'll have auto land on it. This is nuts. Down we come. Down we come.
200.
It's got us on the numbers. Okay. Wow, it's trying to land me. You know what? Let's turn that off.
Autopilot disconnect.
This is where I crash it now.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Floating a bit. And we're down. Not quite on the centre line, but I take it it's not. Interesting. There's a bit of steer to the left there. I wonder if that's torque steer from the big turboprop on the front. We are down. Well, thank you ever so much for flying with me. It's interesting trying to keep this under control here. Whoa. I wonder if there's a bit of a crosswind there. I didn't look at my windsock as we were coming down. So where are we going to head off here? Can we go across here? gets us off the runway, doesn't it? Welcome to LA for my first and probably last flight for the guy who owns this aircraft. That was interesting, but I knew it setting off. This plane is like a Ferrari of turboprops. It just wants to go fast, and it does not want to lose speed, and it does not want to come down to the ground. I can understand that. I don't know quite where I'm going with this aircraft right now, but I'm just going to find somewhere to go and park it. But thanks ever so much for watching my flight today. And as you can see, the frame rates were a little better. Not brilliant, but they were pretty good. And if you like what I do, subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. I'm just learning how to fly. I'm not a professional YouTuber. Just do what I do and like it. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you again soon. Brian out.